This is the Northstars Show. It's episode 13 of season 5, and it is unlucky 13. Things have gone a little off the rails for us. Our guest didn't show, so we had to pick up, grabbed a guy on the lost and found, actually. So, Ritchie, that was a good little talk with him coming up in a couple minutes. I'm supposed to bring the coat. That's a thing that, I wear the coat. Yeah, I forgot it again. So this is 2 weeks in a row. I think it's going to go back to Paul. This time underneath the coat, the Tom Cochran shirt. Last week I had the True shirt from a Nickel Day Social. Got this one at a Nickel Day Social too. I thought Tom Cochran was better the first time he was here. Yeah, he's showing his age, just a little. Still a pretty good show though. I thought overall. We weren't there on the weekend. You were. We didn't come away with any wins, but how did you think the games went?
It was kind of rough. It was the first weekend out of town, 2016 here, and started off really good. It was 0-0 for I think most of the first period actually, and we did really good, keeping pressure on their defensemen, playing well together as a team, and then started getting into penalty trouble as usual, and that's when we break down as a team and just doesn't work out and end up losing 8-4. But I mean, overall for the first game on the road, it was decent, I'd say, but it was good. And then we improved a lot more in the second game, Southwest Cougars. We were neck and neck with them up until the start of the third period, and then we got in again, penalty trouble. They were, I think, 5-on-3 power play against us for 6 minutes straight, and that killed us with, I think, 2 goals there. And then right after, got another penalty, scored again, and then we just couldn't get things going after that. And Connor played amazing in that, absolutely unbelievable, made some crazy saves, but tough loss again, 6-2. Austin Caza got his first goal.
Got him on 1 minute, and he talked us. It was like a 5-minute description of that goal. He'll never forget it.
It was really nice, yeah. And Lance Laycock, close to the end of the game there, there was a little bit of frustration in everyone right now, and went into the corner, and he just went for a hit and hit him from behind and got kicked out of the game. But I didn't think it was that hard of a hit, really, to be honest, but it was just the way the guy went down, and unlucky for us, I guess, but just the way she goes. And then Sunday, I guess we were just a little tired that game. I don't know what it was, to be honest, just couldn't get anything going at all. Just passes weren't on, power play, had a lot of power play opportunity, couldn't capitalize on that, and it was just a very rough game. Lost 8-1, I'm pretty embarrassed, to be honest. I mean, hopefully against the Thrashers, we'll be ready to go at home here and get things rolling again. And I don't know, just a rough weekend, I guess.
3 games in 4 days is always tough, and like you say, you get into some penalty trouble or something, kind of wears you down, and it's just hard for the guys to get going again.
Yeah.
Ethan Stuckless, thanks for joining me. Just before we go, what happened to your chin there? Little bump?
I was playing in the Southwest Cougars game, first period. Got a direct hit right to the face. They didn't even call a penalty. My chin strap hit me in the chin, split open. I blacked out, snot came flying out of my nose, and went back to the bench, and my head was kind of throbbing all over. I needed stitches, but all I did was just shave my little beard I had going, and then put some and put some butterfly bandages on it, and then overnight it just healed up, and now it's closed. So I guess that's good. But yeah.
Glued her up and good to go. What just happened to Ethan Stuckless? Thanks for joining me. What a great rundown. I feel like I was there.
Yeah, no problem.
Dynamite. Still to come on the show, we're going to talk to Coach Korman right away. We're going to get the wrap-up on the UFO thing that he talked about last week on exactly what that's all about. And like I mentioned, we've got the 1 minute and Ritchie. So great show coming up.
Thank you.
Joined once again by Coach Korman. Coach, just back from a 3-game road trip. Blues and goals, we'll just jump right into that. 3 losses, we talked about that off the top of the show. A couple of them ugly ones, one didn't look too bad. What were your thoughts?
I thought 2 out of the 3 were decent hockey games. Again, played for 50 minutes and get undisciplined penalties, and lose the game in 10 minutes. But for the most part, I thought 2 out of the 3 were decent. The third game ran out of gas. The effort just wasn't there. So some blues and some golds. Big blue was the weather down south, Bruce.
Oh, yeah?
I think Saturday afternoon in Brandon was minus 43 with the wind chill. I was kind of hoping to be back home. We were warmer up here in Thompson than it was down south, so it was freezing down there.
We're not built for wind.
No,
That's
no.
the problem. We're built for extreme cold. We're not built for wind.
Exactly, but no. Again, having players having to sit out for suspensions, the undisciplined penalties. You just see the focus. Hard to keep these guys heading in the same direction. Saturday night we do checking on the rooms, and I asked the boys to leave the deadbolts on in their doors so I can go to the rooms, and I'll wish them good night, and I'll shut the doors behind me. And when I'm standing there at 12:30 at night, and I'm telling the boys good night, and right behind me the pizza delivery man shows up. Those are things that shouldn't be happening, and I guarantee they don't happen on winning teams. That's just a little example of the way things are going right now. So dealing with stuff like that, try to get this into their heads, the mental part of the game, preparation and everything else, the decisions you make on and off the ice. But that's been a whole lot of our season. So those are blues. Golds obviously presenting in Southwest on Saturday night. Lance Laycock presenting the Pettinger family with a check for $500 on behalf of the players that have raised money at our home games to support his cause. So that's something, as coaches, we're proud of, the kids taking that initiative and doing something like that. So that was a big gold. Getting back, some of the players, again, are consecutive players are always, or most consistent players are always our most consistent players. Lance Laycock has led this team since, I thought, the beginning of the season. Since he's gotten the C, it seems like whoever he plays with, they produce, they get their points on the scoreboard. So big kudos to Lance and his line mates. Looking at our stats year to date, there's some players that their minuses are falling right off the charts. I don't think they understand how important stats are, and for the coaches, we use that. That's an indication how strong you are with your play on the ice. So, excited about this weekend coming up. Got big Jimmy Brzezowski, old defense partner with.
I didn't know Jimmy was coming up.
Yeah, Winnipeg Thrashers. My defense partner with the Thompson Hawks. So Jimmy's coming up. It'd be good to see him back in the arena again. And I know they're battling for the top 4 positions. They're still open. So they're battling. They're going to be coming up here. They're not going to lie down. They want to get their 4 points and walk out of here. And at the same time, having a talk with the guys that, obviously playoffs are out of reach. But I still have a goal, and there's to get out of the basement. We got 2 games against Pembina Valley, winning 2 games there, and they're only 4 points ahead of us. We want to climb out of the basement, and just ahead of them is Interlake, and we got them for a couple games at home. So there's still a goal yet for us to strive for to the end of the season, and hopefully I can keep these guys focused long enough and keep the pizza delivery guys away from the team, and all's good at school, and warmer weather's upon us.
Warmer weather's getting close. So I guess 2 questions for you, Doug. First of all, did you scoop those pizzas? And if you did, were they any good?
I didn't scoop them because the guy shows up at the door and he says, anybody order pizza? And I looked at the kids and I go, wasn't me. So
someone's going to hear about
I
that.
said, somebody better get up and pay for these pizzas because I didn't order them.
And we're not hanging this guy out to dry.
Exactly.
That's not how we roll. And I bet you
So-
there were no mushrooms on that pizza. Everybody around here says they don't like mushrooms.
No, cheese pizzas, that's how stale they are. Can't add anything to them.
Can't even throw a slice of pepperoni on there. We got to ask you, Doug, we got thrown for a loop at the end of the interview last week when you talked about seeing the UFO.
Yep.
And a bunch of questions about that, but really the big one was like, and I'm not even saying this to joke around, but were there little green men that got out of it? What did the UFO look like? You talked about seeing a UFO, but after I left, I thought, what did this thing look like?
Oh, Bruce, it was hard to tell. It was a sequence of lights that was up above the bus. Don't know how big it was. Couldn't tell the distance where it was from the bus. I know it was straight above us. We seen the lights, watched it for about 10, 15 minutes, and then shoot across the sky one way, then shoot across the sky the other way, and that was it. We were all pretty shocked, and today, I'm a true believer in UFOs. I don't know about the little green men, but it would be nice if there was some kind of, spaceship that can drop down about a half a dozen hockey players that stay within the boundary. They can color within the lines, stay in the lines. When you start coloring outside those lines, we're in deep trouble, and far too many times this year, the players have colored outside those lines.
I don't know what the reach of Shaw TV is, but the offer's out there. If they can show up with 6 players, we'll make a trade. Thanks for joining me, Doug.
Thanks, Bruce.
You're watching the Northstars Show on Shaw TV.
This is a minor hockey moment, a chance for us to explore all different aspects of minor hockey. We're sitting here on the Lost and Found booth because we just found this guy here in the rink. Our other guest bailed out on us. It's our 13th episode, and it's like Friday the 13th around here. So we basically dragged Evan Ritchie out of the Lost and Found box here. Member of the Midget AA team, one of the only teams sort of in the Norman region that I feel has had some really good success this winter. You guys have had quite a few wins. Do you know what your record is? I know I'm putting you on the spot, but a lot more wins than losses for sure.
I'm pretty sure we have 3 ties, maybe 4 losses, and then the rest are wins, and we've played 16 games, I believe, maybe 18. So the rest of those are wins, I guess.
I think it's a really great format. It's something that's sort of new. The second year that they've been doing this, a midget league that sort of happens in the north. So you guys have Cross Lake in your league, Norway House, Split Lake. Anybody else?
We have 2 Cross Lake teams, and Split Lake actually isn't in it this year.
Okay.
They were in it last year. This year we have 2 Cross Lake, Norway House, the Paw, Cranberry, Portage, and ourselves.
And I know you guys have had some good success with it, and I know the parents and the coaches, and I think I'd like to hear your thoughts on it, but the players like it too. It's not a lot of travel time, but you're getting lots of games. You got lots of home games here, and so far I think the games have been competitive and fun to play in.
This is my 3rd year in Midget AA now, and I've really enjoyed it. I mean, the first year I was in it, we always went down south, and that was kind of just a struggle because it was 4 weekends. We never played very much, and then last year they had this league they came up with, and it was really good because, we're playing every weekend, practicing all the time, and it's, really good team feel, it feels like a real team for sure, not just a minor hockey team or whatever. It's really good.
Yeah, it's not like you're just some rogue band of pirates that are traveling around. You kind of have an identity, and I think the great thing about being in a league that we miss out on a lot in Thompson is you build some of those rivalries. You see the same guys over and over. I know in Norway House a couple weeks ago, a month ago, you guys had a bit of a dust-up out there. Is there a bit of a rivalry growing between you and them?
Maybe over the last 2 years, actually, because everyone's probably heard about what happened last year, and then this year, I don't know, they're just they like to get in your face, they like to get you mad, they like to mess with our little guys, so we don't appreciate that a whole lot. Maybe there's a rivalry going.
Not going to stand for it, and it's great to see. I mean, nobody wants to see things get totally out of control, maybe like they did here at the rink last year, but it's nice to see people playing with emotion, and I mean, you guys are young, midget guys, everybody's got to blow off a little bit of steam, so sometimes it's nice to see those games. I know I've seen a few of the Bantam games as well against Norway House, and that seems to be the brand of hockey out there. It's kind of in your face, and it's fun to watch and play when it doesn't get out of control, I'd say, for sure.
Definitely.
So great year for you guys so far. How's your year been personally?
It's been pretty good for the most part, but of course with my suspension I've had to miss a lot of important games, so that's kind of something I've had to deal with before, and I'm getting used to just getting ice time whenever I can. I mean, personally, it's been different. I'm the captain this year, and like I've never had that before, so it's a different role as a leader, I guess, and I'm learning how to do that as I go. So that's been really fun, new learning experience.
Yep. Excellent. No, I'm glad to hear it, that things are going well for the team and for you. So we've got some playoffs coming up, I think another couple of weeks before we'll see that. Do you have any idea yet whether they'll be here or will they be on the road?
The way they have it is the first and second place teams will get a bye past the first round, and then the third and fourth, fifth, sixth, they'll all play against each other in the first round, and it's different than last year, so I'm still not sure how the format works. But anyway, however high up you finished in the regular season, like if you finish first, you're going to be playing at home for sure. Like the better you do in the regular season, the more you'll get at home. And right now, I'm not thinking we're going to finish first, because these last couple games we've had like a tie and 2 losses, and we're playing against the Paw one more time. If we beat them, we might be able to finish second or first, but our chances are looking more slim than they were a couple weeks ago.
Couple weeks ago. Nonetheless, an extremely successful season, I would say, so far. Fun for you guys, fun for us to watch, and nice to see that one of our teams from up north here is doing well, because we've sort of, as a larger group, we've struggled a little bit. So we'll look forward to seeing you on Shaw TV and here in the CA Nesbitt Arena. Captain Evan Ritchie, thanks for joining me.
Yeah, thanks.
It's 1 minute with Austin Caza. Austin, thanks for joining me. You guys are just back from a road trip. Finally got the monkey off your back, scored a goal on the road. There's no footage here on Shaw, so can you talk us through the goal? What happened?
I don't know. I had a turnover in their zone, and they were skating the puck up the ice, and then Charles stopped one of their players that had the puck. Then Mackle picked it up, and I was taking my time back checking, so he hit me.
Taking your time back checking, I like that. I'm not sure that's what the coaches would call it, but okay.
No. And he hit me right when I was at the blue, so I had a little breakaway, and then bar down.
Of course. Backhand, forehand?
Forehand. I didn't deke, just took a shot.
Just came in,
left side.
Ripped it, bar down. I love that. You guys, a few losses on the weekend. You're going to hit the ice here right after the flood behind us. What do you think you have to work on in practice this week to try to get a win on the weekend?
We're playing a tough team, the Thrashers. So I don't know. We just need to give it 100%. And after if we're ever down a goal, we just can't give up. We seem to do that a lot, and I think that's what hurts us the most.
I think you're right. It seems like it's some little lulls and some little maybe mental breakdowns that kind of get the team. One more question before we hit 1 minute. I mean, this year's starting to wrap up. It doesn't look great for the team right now. What are your plans for next year, hockey-wise?
I'm not sure. I'm hoping. I was gonna try out with the OCN Storm, see if I could play there for a year, and if not, I was thinking of playing in Ontario.
Nice. It'd be nice to keep you up north here with the Storm, but if you go to Ontario, best of luck with that. And Coach Korman a couple weeks ago talked about this basically being your resume for them or for where you go. So hard work for the next couple games?
Yep, for sure.
I like it. They're flooding right now. Do you have 1 minute?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. What's your favorite class?
Gym.
All right. We should rule that one out. Coke or Pepsi?
Coke, for sure.
Who do you think your best dressed teammate is?
Best dressed?
Yeah.
Probably Calum.
Oh, nice. I haven't heard that before, but I like that. Good call. Any superstitions before the game?
Not really. I only ever tape my stick when I'm fully dressed. So that's the only thing. I'll never tape it if I'm not dressed.
You can't say you don't have one. That's very superstitious. I like it though. Any brothers or sisters?
Just one sister.
She play hockey?
No.
So you're a little bit better than her then? On a breakaway, shoot or deke? I think we just covered this, but say you were going to do it all over again.
Deke, for sure. Nerves got to me.
First time around, but after that, it's all dekes. What's your favorite song right now?
Probably The Weekend by Mac Miller.
Oh, very good. Very good. Facebook or Twitter?
Twitter.
What's your favorite summer activity?
Golf.
Oh yeah? And are you good at it or do you just like it? Or
I'm
both?
Pretty good. Handicap a 10, so I play a lot.
I'd say that's pretty good. Good hockey player slice too sometimes, or you keep it between the lines?
Between the lines.
Yeah, it's easy to say that in the middle of winter. We'll see you in July. White tape or black tape when all your equipment's on?
Black tape.
Which teammate would you cheat off of if you could?
Will Lutz for sure.
I think everybody should crowd around Will Lutz. I'll give you that. Nice play. Even in gym, but maybe you get him in gym. Favorite arena food?
Hot dogs.
Really? Not the poutine?
No.
How long does it take you to get ready in the morning?
About 10 minutes.
Like 10 minutes from 10 minutes from
shower?
yeah,
10 minutes.
10 minutes from in bed to in the car with your buddies on the way to school?
10 minutes.
Yeah, again, Mar, you can,
I swear.
Paul doesn't believe you, and I'm thinking you got to eat breakfast. It's the most important meal of the day.
We stop at Tim's a lot.
You're digging a hole. Okay, we're going to let you off with this one. Very last one. Have you ever seen a UFO?
No.
That's 1 minute with Austin Caza.
Hi, my name is Braden Pollock for your Norman Northstars. I'm number 3, play right wing, hometown Thompson, Manitoba, elementary school Acole Riverside, and favorite player Jamie Benn.
That's episode 13 of season 5 for the Northstars Show. A little bit of bad luck befell us. We had our regular guest couldn't quite make it in, so we had Evan Ritchie step in, a player on the AA King Miners, the Midget AA's, who've had some good success this year, and thanks very much to him for joining us. Austin Caza doing the 1 minute, a really great chat with him. I thought some interesting stuff from Coach Korman wrapping up the UFO interview. I think a two-parter. We had to circle back on that one. It was kind of crazy. And Ethan Stuckless telling us what just happened here. Quick hello to our viewers in Flin Flon and the Paw, and our YouTube viewers. Really nice to have you along. I know we get lots of comments about the show showing out there, and it's great to have those players here on the team. I'm Bruce Krentz. I'm the mouthpiece of the show. Behind the camera, Paul Anderson, Thompson City Council's biggest fan. Nobody goes to more meetings than he does. We've got the Winnipeg Thrashers coming into town this weekend. Jim Brzezowski's one of the coaches, a Thompson King Miner and a Thompson Hawk, so it'll be nice to have him in town. Come on out here, cheer on the boys against him. It's episode 13 of the Northstars Show. It's in the books. Thanks for joining us.